I was born in Delano, California, about 30 miles north of Bakersfield. It's a little farming town. My mom and my uncles, aunts were born here in Santa Ana. And my recruiting sergeant there, he looked at me and asked, "Have you been drafted yet?" I said, "No." So where's your draft board? Here in Santa Ana. So he called the Santa Ana draft board, and they said, "Yeah, he should have been in a long time ago." So they said, "Go check with the draft board." I said, and then, so they did, and I went over and said, "Oh yeah, he should have been in a long time ago, but don't worry about it. I'll make another copy of the letter. You just report to the Greyhound Depot, and to go to LA and take your physical." So that's what I did. I waited and went to my physical, and I waited to be classified. So I was classified 1A. So I was eligible there. I waited for my greetings. It's for a greeting from your neighbor or friends to report to the Greyhound to go to be inducted into the service. Okay, I went to Fort Ord, my basic training. It was 14 weeks, I believe. I qualified for a truck driving school, but I turned it down. I don't want to be a truck driver. I want to be an airborne bird trooper. You know, that was my dream flying. I could see the World War II movies, you know. And everybody was going by ship, by boat, you know, reading their orders. And there were a few air packages, they call them, that were going by air during the time I was there. So most of my platoon seemed like from basic training went air package. We went all the way, well, we stopped in we got Travis Air Force Base, was up in Oakland. So we got on it, but at the time we got a rifle there at Ken Stolman, M1 rifle. Everyone had an M1 rifle. So we report to the airport, civilian airport, we're all carrying our big duffel bag and an M1 rifle in the airport. But so we got on the plane and took a couple of Jet Zeros. There were still stuck there from World War II, and there was a couple of tanks. And we looked at the beach with all barbed wires when they made the invasion. And then from there we landed in Japan, in Tokyo. So they put another plane, and then in Daegu, Korea. Like I had said before, those motors seemed like they were dropping like firecrackers. And one time, we were out of our foxhole, my foxhole body, Sabula. We were laying down because motors, we could feel the dirt falling on top of us. And then all of a sudden he had, "Doc," that's what they called me, nobody knew my name. "Doc, look." Well, I'm covering myself in the dirt, and he was stood right beside me. And look, so I picked up my head and looked over, there was a motor, a dot that didn't explode. As I looked, I could see the fins on top. I said, "Well, let's move out of here, because you can still explode." You know, I don't know, I'm not taking no chances, we're waiting for it. So we found a hole, a foxhole. He jumped in, and as he jumped in, look, Doc, he was going to go like this. There was a box of hand grenades from the Koreans, I guess they left it there. And he was going to pull it up. Don't move it. Just leave it there, put dirt, because that's what they teach you in basic training. It can be moving trailer, everything. Don't ever move anything. When we got off the plane, a doctor, a surgeon came out, Dr. Robert Hall. He came out and talked to all of us, and we were lined up. He said, "Okay, I need 10 medics. I need 10 volunteers to become medics." Some of them stepped forward. I did. Because they always said, don't step forward, you're a volunteer for something. But my friend did, Presley, we took basic, went over, and looked back and said, come on, Ramirez, step forward. So being with him, I stepped forward. So I became, there, I was a medic. I was going to go to the aid station. And I never had no medical training. Not one day. I didn't even know nothing. They showed us, this is what you're going to carry, an aid kit. They showed us what they had. They had all the bandages, all the APCs, who's aspirins. They had all the codeines and morphine, plenty of morphine. And so, then a day, that's all the training we had. They only said you cannot do nothing to a wounded, just stop the bleeding, or put a tourniquet wherever. They kind of showed where the pressure point was to stop the bleeding. So that's all the training we had, and then one at a time we started going up the hill to different companies. You give a shot of morphine, you put that little vial here in the lapel, and pin it there. So when they get out to the aid station, they know, the doctor down below knows they had a shot of morphine, so they won't give too much or whatever they do. So I started taking care of the wounded. I think one of them couldn't tell how bad their head is. If they didn't move, I figured they were dead. I mean, it's so dark you couldn't even see you. All I did was feel their bodies, where they were hit, where they were bleeding, put a bandage, give a shot of morphine, because the others are hollering for a medic.